Last time on What's Your Damage?
The very first thing that you see is Evangeline. Next to Evangeline is her partner, Raz, and a hooded figure between the two of them. Xiao just says, "Give me Odin, let them go, and you can kill me." And Raz actually pretty gently picks up Odin, and he looks at you, Okat, and he magics her.
So he's kind of like floating her over to me.
Yeah, and he just says to you, "Extend your arms, please." And she goes, "Do you have any famous last words?" Xiao looks at you guys, and she goes, "I do have one last thing, but I'm only going to whisper it to you." And Evangeline looks intrigued by this, and so she leans in. And you see her whisper something, and with a speed that you did not think she still had in her, her right hand goes quickly into Evangeline's neck, piercing her. You see two blades get run through her stomach, and she just says, "Go."
I just looked at Okat.
And Okat leads the way out the door.
Next to you is Odin, and you can see that Xiao's eyes are closing, but they suddenly focus, and she is looking at Odin. And she goes, "Guys, is that you?" And you hear a very low voice say, "Ms. Xiao, it has always been my pleasure to serve you." And she closes her eyes for the last time.
Oh, you guys looking for a Moo Cleric?
All right, let's do this. Fortune flavors are bold.
Option B, poison everyone.
What am I even saying? There's a strong presence of blue jeans behind this door.
There's a sentence that's never been said before. Oh, I rolled good though.
All right, so it's the next day. You notice that Burke is still out.
Poor little guy.
Slugger.
I like inspect him. See if
Okay.
I can figure out what Evangeline did to him.
Okay, when you inspect him, you can see that what it seemed to have happened is a confluence of events based on he was still damp from from your underwater excursion, and he just thoroughly electrified. Like almost every cell in his body was electrified.
Oh, that's
Yikes.
good.
He should be dead.
Should be, but isn't.
When does Burke ever do anything he's supposed to do?
By all accounts, Burke should be dead. I have no idea why he's alive. I can't figure it out.
I don't know why any of us are alive. To be fair.
All his vitals are terrible right now, but he's breathing.
He's a fighter.
Yeah, so Quixis is there. He is, making preparations. You see that Castile is just still talking to Odin. And the town of Mulhound is available to you.
I think at some point, probably mid-afternoon or so, Okat's going to drag herself downstairs to find food.
Okay, she's going to drag herself downstairs to find food. When she goes downstairs, you can see that a lot of Mulhoundians are dressed in white. And they kind of just are very sober. And when you go down for food, you can see that a cook is there, and he looks at you and he goes, "What can I make you, Okat?"
What do you got? You know what? Surprise me.
Okay.
And just to paint the scene, Okot is like still in her torn, bedraggled whatever she was wearing during the fight. She's smudged and has not cleaned up at all. And her hair is down.
Oh, wow. So her horns are out.
Horns out, corns out. What? Jesus.
Well, can't order corn from the kitchen.
It's a tiefling thing, okay?
So what they give you is a fish-based soup
Perfect.
and a slice of bread.
Even better.
And there you go. There you go, ma'am.
Thank you.
And you go. What do you do after you get it? Do you wander back upstairs, or what would you like to do?
I think she probably just sits there at the bar staring at it for a while. And eventually just kind of goes like, all right, fuck it, I have to do this, and eats it.
Okay. Where is Gus at this time?
He's in the town center.
Okay. What are you doing in the town center?
Wait till someone else comes out.
Okay. What's Jorrix up to?
He's heading to Xiao's quarters.
Okay. Heading to Xiao's quarters, and when you get to Xiao's quarters, you can see that there is no one there.
I head in,
Okay.
and then go to a room and start like gathering her things in a circle around me. And then I sit down in there, and I spend 10 minutes casting my new knowledge cleric spell.
Ooh.
Sweet.
It's called Legend Lore. And what it does is the spell brings to mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named or these objects. The lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. The more information you already know about it, the more precise and detailed the information you receive.
Wow. Okay. This is really cool.
Yeah, it is.
All right. All right. Let's do it. Okay. So you gather her effects, and tell me what this ritual looks like.
So I've gathered everything around me, and then basically it's me just getting into a meditative position and just sort of reminiscing and thinking about Xiao and all of the memories that I've had up until that point over these 10 minutes.
Okay.
Sort of touching the object as I go.
Okay. As you do. Okay. So I think how I want to run this is, what are the things that you would like to know?
Basically what I'm looking for is just sort of some stories that we don't already know about Xiao to share at the wake.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
All right. This is really fun. That's so intriguing. Okay, so just stories that you don't already know about.
Perhaps stories of like, how she met Gaius or, how she got into her position, them moving over here, establishing Mulhoon maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so as you are touching Xiao's things, images of Xiao's life start to play in front of you. You can see a very young girl, maybe about 7, playing with other children, and a rather tall, large man in fierce armor waiting for her. This is who you would later know to be Gaius. Immediately he calls her Miss Xiao. You know that her name before was Min. You can see that she was really adept, probably the quickest to learn the techniques in all Xiaos, the monk techniques of all Xiaos. You know that she felt a special failure because of how quickly she had picked this up when the 5 dragons came and Suenya was destroyed. She felt like she was a failure. You can see, though, that she was able to save far more than she should have been able to save based on her quick thinking and her willingness to sacrifice, put herself in bodily harm consistently, despite Gaius is trying to protect her. You know that Xiao's role was to protect the people, and Gaius's role is to protect Xiao. You can see Xiao talking to Hina Harap and being aware of when her possible end would come. You can see her preparing a variety of things, and what you can also see is that she has prepared some of her effects. Some of her effects are with Odin, so that Odin can find the next Xiao. You also see that one of the first things she did when she was in Mulhund is she traveled to the capital city of Zaun, and there she saw a beggar without any shoes and gave them her shoes as she was exploring this new world. And you see a lot of laughter and fun with her and Gaius. You can tell that Gaius didn't have a particularly great sense of humor, but she was able to make him laugh always. And you see just how much of her, how proud she was of Namla. You can see her being ecstatic when Namla took her first steps. You can see her just be so infinitely pleased every night that she would whisper the 3 words of love to that sleeping girl.
And then with that, Jorrix just goes and like takes a deep breath as if he hadn't been breathing the entire time. These images were flashing through him, and just sort of like collapses back and lays down and goes, whew. Oh my goodness, I felt like I just lived a lifetime. It was a happy one. And then goes to put away all the things.
I guess we'll go back to Okot. So you were still inside eating?
Yeah, probably about done with the soup at this point. And yeah, once she finishes the soup, she's just kind of gonna push the plate back, or the bowl back across the counter, and sort of nod her thanks to the chef, and charge back to Namla's room.
Okay, as you leave, you see a familiar face. You see Gustus Goldhammer.
No, I'm out in the town square.
Was you were walking out of the bar towards the...
Oh, I thought she was in like a place in the same building as Nalma's room or whatever.
Did you stay in the...
I would have gone to whatever was closest.
Okay. If there was a bar, if you went to bar area that had soup, then you would have been in the town.
Okay. So I'm like just kind of shuffling across the town square. Probably not like directly through the middle of it. I think she'd have some sense to sort of go around the edge, but like, yeah, she's just not there.
Okay, what was Zhao's favorite flower?
Zhao's favorite flower is a forget-me-not.
Forget-me-not. Well, as you walk out, you see in the town square, like, just a giant, like, out-of-place field of forget-me-nots, and then, like, Gustus in the middle, like, talking with a bunch of people, seeming like he's helping prepare with the wake, and there's, like, a statue of Xiao about, like, 4 times Gus's size. Morning, Okot!
Hi, Gus. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. I wasn't able to sleep too well, so I went to Trouble Base for like a week, and I'm doing better now.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Step on the flowers all you want. They're simulacrous.
Thanks.
Smell like the real thing, though.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's a nice touch. I like the statue.
Yep, my finest work.
Yeah. And Okat just sits down at the foot of the statue in the flowers and just kind of leans against it.
And I pat you on the shoulder,
No.
which is I get about my shoulder.
Okay. As that happens, you see Odin and you see Castile and Odin, and you see that Odin is now in more Gaius-looking armor. She's no longer in the guard's armor that she had spent a lot of her time in. And Castile is there, and Castile looks around, and he goes, and he's taken by the statue, and he goes, "This is really great. Wow, you got her exactly."
Thanks, Castile. You always did appreciate dwarven craftsmanship.
Some of you. How can you not? He says.
Well, if you're... I'm a graduate. I don't even like dwarven things.
That gets a tiny little chuckle out of Okat.
And he goes, "Well, there's no accounting for taste, right, Gus?"
Counting is Jorrix thing.
And he goes, "Speaking of Jorrix, where is he?"
I don't know. I've been hard at work.
It shows. It shows. And you see Odin go, "Oh, those were her favorite flowers. I don't know how I know that, but I do."
I just asked someone. That's how I know.
Yeah, that would have been a more direct route, I think. And
It's the thoroughfare way to find what you're looking for. Common's getting a lot easier for me.
And Cassiel goes, "It shows. It certainly shows." And Cassiel goes, "If you two wouldn't mind, I'm going to leave Odin here, and I'm going to go look for my friend. Oh, our friend.
Which friend?
Jorrix."
Okay.
And he, just with that, he just walks away. And Jorrix, you hear feet, you hear footsteps coming up, and you, as you're laying back and your eyes are closed, as you were just going through this good life lived, when you open them, you see Castile there, and he goes, "How you doing, my guy?"
You know, I'm doing better now.
That's good. That's good. So, we're going to be having the service later today. Did you see Gus's handiwork?
No, I haven't. What do you do?
And he goes, "Well, look for yourself." And he points out the window.
Is that a statue of Xiao?
It is.
When did he have the time to do that?
I think he went to Treble Base for a while.
Oh, okay. How's he doing?
He seems chipper.
Well, time is different in Treble Base. He's probably... Huh.
Oh, yeah, what does the trouble-based stone look like in this world?
Oh, yeah. Or
It
did you carve it out of stone from Treble Base?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's fun. In this world, it has. Have you ever seen what is that very fine metal? That very special steel.
Oh, Mokume. Mokume Gane?
Okay,
The
yeah.
like folded
Yeah.
layers of different metals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it kind of glimmers and shimmers. Mm-hmm. It kind of has that look to it. And then at night, it glows whatever color stone it was.
What do you mean?
Whatever it was in treble bass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So-
Okay.
So if it was magenta or
Teal.
it will glow that. So actually, you could have used a bunch of different rocks to have her shawl.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Okay, so yeah, so it has that look of what was it again?
Mokume.
Mokume steel, and then at night her shawl will kind of glimmer with all the colors of the treble bass rocks.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
so-
wow. Judging by that, he's had a lot of time to sort of, think things through. Can't imagine he did that in one day.
No, I can't imagine. And I mean, he's very good, but that's a lot of work
Yeah.
for an overnight.
Did you know that Xiao's name was Min?
No, unfortunately, I didn't really get to. She and I didn't get to talk as much as I would have liked. Her name was Min.
Yeah, it was Min.
How long ago was that?
Oh, goodness. It was, memory time's fuzzy. I can't.
It was at least a century ago.
But at least 100 years or so.
He goes, "Wow, that must have been. When did she? Because I know that she met, or that I know that she was chosen, or she was found to be the next Xiao, fairly young, right?
Yeah, she was around 7 or so when Gaius, picked her up.
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility for a long time.
But she took to it like a fish to water. It's just like everything that Gaius threw at her for training, she just knew and adapted to.
She was. I remember. Wow, what was it? I was talking to Finch, and actually, Finch should be coming. Maybe I'll, because he and Gaius used to be friends.
Yeah.
And I think that might be part of it. That was one of the things that she wanted me to do, was to get Finch and have him talk to Odin to see if any of those old patterns popped up. Maybe I can have Finch tell you about that. But how do you know all this?
Oh, I just and Jorrix motions to the trashed room right now. I just sort of, thought I would surround myself with Xiao and think about her, and her life sort of flashed before my eyes.
Oh wow.
You've never done that, Castile?
I have a lot of things in my own life that I don't know. I think the people that I would do that for, it worries me that I would see things that I wouldn't want to see about people that I loved or cared about. Do you know what I mean?
I can understand that.
So when I die, don't
There's a box under my bed.
judge me. Blast my cash is what I'm trying to tell you.
Anything that you don't want aired will stay with me, buddy.
Well, I trust you, but yeah, there might be. Hopefully, I'm a better man than I used to be, he says.
I mean, judging from where you came from, it's anywhere's up, right? It's impressive enough that you escaped the Von Terrors.
Well, I do appreciate that. And actually, as you guys are discussing that, you hear Quixus say, "May I ask what that's for?" And you see an elven man at the gates of Mulhund, and he has a cart behind him, and he goes, "All I know is I was told to deliver these here on this day. It was a rush order, and I just attached his." And he goes, I can't read this. It's just gibberish, and he gives it to Quixus, and Quixus reads it. and he's kind of shocked by it. And he goes, all I know is the elven deliveryman goes, I just know that I was supposed to deliver this. And you can see he has like a wagon filled with something. And so Quixus goes to the back and he checks it out. He's like, oh my. And he goes, you can wheel it to the center of town. And the wagon gets wheeled in, and it's passing by Odin, Okot, and Gus.
Okot, who has fallen asleep at the base of the statue.
Okot's asleep. Odin is just like looking up at the statue, kind of taken with Gus, because Gus and her, she remembers Gus traveling with good old Castile. And she goes, does Castile always smell good?
Oh, yeah. The best. And I'm surrounded by forget-me-not.
In the simulacrum.
Well, no, we're not in a simulacrum. The forget-me-nots are simulacrous.
Yeah, you're right. And and forget-me-nots, if I'm not mistaken, are purple, yes?
I forget.
Oh my god.
Goodbye. And then he waves and goes back to treble bass.
He's pulling a far stand.
I'll be here all week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He comes back. Yeah, they're purple.
Yeah, light blue, purple, purpley blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're close. And what you see is when the messenger gets in the middle of town, they unwrap the wagon, and you see almost as many flowers as you did, Gus. You can see that these look exactly like forget-me-nots. They have the same shape. However, there is one difference, and they are all golden. Castile looks at you, Jorrix, and he goes, I promised you that I would introduce you to everybody that I knew, right?
Did you? I forget.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Boy, these flowers aren't helping any of our memories.
Not at all.
It's a 150-foot cube, by the way.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this does not come close to that 150 cube of, it's like, it might make a good garnish in this, make a good garnish amidst it. But Gus is the better botanist. He goes, Cassio goes, I've gotten in contact with someone that I would like to introduce you to. But that's business, and that has no place here today. And he goes, I'm going to go downstairs with everybody else.
Yeah, sounds good. Would you mind helping me pick up the stuff first?
Oh, of course. And he begins to help you. And outside, Quixus quickly comes over to you, Gus, and he goes, Sheriff Goldhammer.
Yes, Deputy Quixus.
He goes,
Oh, wait, Burke's not here. Yes, Deputy.
and he goes, I have a mystery.
Okay.
And he goes, the person who delivered these flowers, and he holds the note in front of your face, and he goes, do you see what it says?
What's it say?
It is in a language you don't understand.
No.
Oh, you don't read Swenian?
No, I do not.
It says, my apologies.
What is he sorry for?
I don't know. It just has a...
This is a good mystery you found.
He goes, well, thank you. It kind of landed on my footsteps.
Jorrix knows Swinian. I should put this in the file.
Well, maybe I can ask him. I'll be back.
Good work, deputy.
And you can see Okot. You feel like a blanket is put around you, and it's Odine. She goes, "You doing all right?" No.
No, I'm not.
I understand.
Thank you, though.
Of course, Miss. Of course, Miss Okot. And Jorrix, again, another person running up the stairs. And Quixis is like,
Have we cleaned up the scene yet?
yeah, he's like, oh, this is surprisingly clean. Goes, Jorrix,
Hey, Quixis, what's up?
how do you know my name?
I taught you common. Don't you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. It's not the forget-me-nots Genji, right?
He goes, can you help me? Can you help me figure out who wrote this? And he gives you the piece of paper.
I can try.
And you do see written in Swinian, my apologies. And you can see as if there's some sort of moving type. A dash and then some moving type. That is very hard to distinguish.
Okay. With that, then, I guess I cast tongues on myself and see if I can decipher this hidden language.
That's interesting. As you cast tongues on yourself, you're able to see that it looks like it is forming the letters E. E-V.
And I turn to Castile. I think we're in luck. And I turn the note to him.
And he goes, what?
Look right here.
He goes, huh. Well, I wouldn't have expected that. Well, Jorrix, this is where I ask you because you're going to have to start making these decisions. Do you want to tell Okot? Or do you want to give her a break?
I think we should tell her.
I agree.
Oh, this will be fun.
And he goes, thank you, Quixis. And he goes, sure thing, Castile. And he runs back down and he goes
Barreling up to the statue. Hey, Okot!
Sup? And Castile motions for you to go ahead of him.
All right, I head down.
All right. Castile is letting you lead the way.
Okay, I head over to wherever Okot is, sleeping by a statue.
Yeah, probably still at the statue, wrapped in a blanket. I don't know if Odine's still there.
Oh, Dean's still there.
Okay.
Are there any little birds around?
Yes.
I cast Animal Messenger on one and I say, go to the nearest town and say, Evangeline sucks. Now people are going to be like, oh, a little bird told me Evangeline sucks. So when Evangeline's like, a little bird told me. Well, now they're going to be like, oh, well, a little bird told me. Oh, need to get over it, like Dravine says. Ugly things happen in the ugly world.
Oh, man.
As you're laying, a bird flies off and
Little bird.
a little bird flies.
I imagine the little bird flies off going, Evangeline sucks. And Okot just points. Like,
This guy gets it.
yep, exactly.
as you're just laying there sitting there inconsolable, Jorrix and Castile arrive.
Hey, Okat, how you holding up?
Meh.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Hi, Jorrix.
Hey, Gus, how's it going? Great statue, by the way.
Pretty busy, just trying to help prepare for the wake.
Well, you're doing a hell of a job.
Thank you.
Okat, I've got some things to tell you if you're feeling up to it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? What's up?
All right. Where to begin?
Wouldn't suck if I was like, nah.
We'll check in tomorrow.
Fast forward.
Or the next day. Another fast forward.
I don't want to plot right now, so.
Well, too bad I am the plot.
In Soviet Russia. Plot follow you.
So you remember the story? I forget if it was Castile or Xiao who told us that the reason Nam went into Xiao's custody was because Evangeline passed her off when she sensed the Dolphine was taking her.
Right.
Well, Xiao's last little act of retribution against Evangeline
Was the Silverthorn. Yeah, I know.
and there was always just a hope and a prayer that it worked. But now we might have more than that.
Okay.
Take a look at this note that came with the forget-me-nots.
Yeah.
And look,
Yeah, that's nice of her. That's real nice. She apologizes. That's great. Good for her. She's fucking apologized for everything. She never means it. I mean, I get what you're saying in the Silverthorn and everything, but she could just as easily be playing it off, knowing that that's what we were trying to do.
and we should be
always-
careful. You're totally right.
Yeah.
But we should also be hopeful. Because this could mean that when Xiao gave her life, she set Evangeline right.
Yeah, good for Evangeline. No, Kat just shrugs.
And with that, if you guys don't want to do anything, do you guys have anything else that you would like to do?
What you got, plot boy?
Nope, nothing else on the plot front.
Okay, well, in this case, I'm going to ask you, what does Xiao's wake look like? How do you guys celebrate?
I think after that conversation with Jorrix, Okat kind of has a hard time looking at the golden forget-me-nots and all of that. So I think she's probably going to retreat up to Namla's room again until nightfall-ish. And when she comes back out, it looks like she at least tried to drag a comb through her hair. It's still down. And she's probably changed at this point. She's, trying a little bit, but not much.
Not many spoons.
Not many spoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the singular spoon I have, and I have been saving it for the wake.
And so, how do you guys want to remember Xiao? What do you guys do?
At some point, Jorrix will get up in front of everyone and sort of give an account of Xiao's life, mentioning, from humble beginnings as men, learning things along the way, always with a smile on her face, brightening the lives of those around her, always striving for the best and cursing herself when she can't, provide, but still doing a damn good job in the process. Giving it her all, giving more than she should, but doing everything that she can to make sure that others are seen to and protected. And even giving her life to maintain the line of Xiaos and Gaius.
From the back, Okai calls out, "Here, here," and raises a glass to toast.
I'm going to add a detail here. As you're doing that talk, Jorrix, you can see that that Gus's statue, as night falls, the shawl starts to glow.
And I'd like to give an inspirational toast. Xiao was
Everyone's heard of the great.
and she will always be remembered.
Here, here.
And I think that's a good place to call it.
That's fine.
How much time do we have?
We're at 42.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a long one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can keep this going all night.
That's how we'll fill out
For another 20 minutes?
Probably.
I mean, you can do a long fast forward. You can do 10 minutes. And
Oh
then
my
fast
God.
forward.
Oh
No,
my
that'd
God.
be awful.